Hey guys, Adam here with AmericanTrucks.com, and on this episode of The Haul, we're taking a look at my top 5 starter mod picks under $500 for the 2014 and newer Silverado. This list can obviously differ from person to person. This one's going to be a little bit well-rounded with a variety of different categories included. Now before we get started, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date on all things Silverado and Sierra. So the first mod I want to start off with is arguably one of the most common truck owners will first do, the side steps. Now these are Barricade's 4-inch oval bent side steps with the body mount in black. Now there are a lot of side steps in the category, all of which do essentially the same job, so it is hard to pick one right off the bat. So it comes down to exactly how much you're looking to spend and what kind of styling you're going for after all. Now this one, as you can see, has that bent end design that mounts directly to the body and frame on both sides in the powder-coated black finish that gives it that corrosion and rust resistance layer. The 2-stage pre-coating obviously helps with that as well. Now the biggest thing I want to point out here is the ABS plastic textured matte finish with the tire tread pattern on the slip-resistant pads. Now these will help you get in and out of the truck safely, no matter what the weather, rain, snow, sleet, or shine, and it's definitely going to be a reliable way, especially if you have a lifted truck. Now these come in just under the $200 mark, making it an extremely budget-friendly price tag and the perfect mod for our top 5 under 500 list. Now this one installs pretty easily. The brackets go directly onto the frame. The bar mounts right to the brackets, no drilling or modifications required. Now it's really a no-brainer as to why these made our top 5 list today. So next up on my top 5 starter mods list is something that plays a huge part in functionality as well as styling on the back end of your truck, and it's going to be the tonneau cover. Now there's a number of different tonneau covers on the site and the category and all over the aftermarket world, but Trucksmart has really taken their tonneau covers to the next level, making it so much easier to use. Now they have the TriFold, which is exactly what we have here today on this list, but also the QuattroFold, Smart Fold, and Smart Roll. Now all of them have a smart latching system and they're all under the $500 limit to fit this video today. Now these are all some of my personal favorites, and let me tell you why. Now Trucksmart introduced their smart latching system, which is essentially going to make opening your bed a lot easier. So you drop the tailgate and there's a clamp on each side of the end of the tailgate, allowing you to open up or unlatch your system and fold it right back. In this case, it's the TriFold, so your bed cover is going to fold back in 3 different sections, giving you access to your bed in portions. This is super useful depending on what kind of cargo you're hauling, but you also might want to check out the Smart Roll or Smart Fold options as well, depending on how you want your bed to be accessed. Now all of this actually offers another big functionality by giving you superior aerodynamics. Now when you don't have a bed cover on your truck, there's a lot of wind resistance against the back tailgate, which can actually shed a mile or 2 off of your fuel efficiency. Now when you have a tonneau cover on the back of your truck, it actually gives you a lot better aerodynamics and can actually save you some money at the pump. Now Trucksmart does make these very durable and very reliable as far as construction. The UV resistant black vinyl on top won't fade in the sunlight, so it does stay pretty fresh looking at all times throughout the years. Now the frame rails going across here are aluminum and help support any weight that does go on top of the tonneau cover here. If your snow is piling up in the wintertime, if you're here on the East Coast like we are, this will hold up to all that added weight. And finally, it will protect all of your cargo inside the bed thanks to the weather stripping going around. You don't have to worry about water getting in and damaging whatever you got. Now this cover comes in right around the $300 mark, which I think is super affordable, and it makes it so easy to add it to our top 5 list today. The installation is going to be pretty simple. You just attach your bed rails and clamps to the side of your bed. Now the smart latching system kind of hooks onto the bottom of those clamps and makes it easier for you to unlatch in just a couple of seconds. Obviously a no-brainer for our starter mods list under 500 today. Now next up on the mod list here is something that almost all truck owners have thought about at one point or another, and it's lifting your truck. Now a lot of guys might be scared off by price tags, thinking that it's one of the most expensive things to do to your truck, and that's actually not the case at all. Now if you're looking to stay on a budget like we are here under 500 bucks, this is a good way to do so. What I've chosen for this list is the Rough Country 3¼ inch suspension and body lift combo kit, and you can pick it up for yourself to get the look that we have here. It's a good way to fit some bigger wheels and tires, of course, if you want some 33s like these, and it's obviously a good way to get a more aggressive and meaner looking truck overall. Now this particular kit comes from Rough Country with 1¼ inch rear lift spacers as well as 2-inch strut spacers for the front. Now the rear lift spacers are going to be a superior fiberglass reinforced construction, very durable stuff there, and of course the spacers in the front are also going to be the same way. Now this lift also levels out the truck here, bringing your front end up a little bit to match the rear. A lot of guys do want to get a leveling kit and a suspension kit all put together in one, and this does just that. Now the cool thing about this is you are going to fit 33-inch tires or up to 33-inch tires comfortably with no modifications necessary. Now that's also going to be a good thing with your ground clearance because bigger wheels and tires, bigger lift kit on your truck does give you some off-road capabilities that you otherwise would not have with a stock setup. Now with that said, this entire kit, the body lift and suspension combo, comes in just under the $300 mark for everything you see here. It's a perfect match for anybody looking to get a small jump in ride height without going too tall and obviously being able to hop in comfortably, especially for guys like me if you're vertically challenged. Now the installation here does require some modifications under the body, but I definitely don't think it's the hardest thing in the world. I would recommend having a cutting tool on deck that you are most comfortable using. This kit does perfectly fit with our top 5 under $500 because of the added ground clearance, the bigger wheel and tire configuration, and just the more aggressive look here. It's definitely one of the first choices if you're going to lift your truck on a budget. Moving on under the hood, we're actually going to talk a little bit about performance here. Now we've got the Airaid MXP Series cold air intake with the Synthaflow oil filter. Now a cold air intake in general is typically one of the first mods you would do to a truck or car just because it is so damn easy. Now the Airaid one is one of the more well-known brands in the category because they've been reliable and pretty trustworthy for years and years, decades even. So this particular kit here is going to completely replace your factory airbox, which is pretty restrictive, to kind of open things up and give you a better breathing engine. This will lead to a small bump in horsepower and torque, as well as throttle response and even fuel efficiency. Now the way that works is you actually get a black polyethylene tubing, which is going to help with completely unrestricted airflow straight into the manifold. And on the other end of that, you have one of the most reliable and well-known air filters on the market. Now the filter here is made from one of the highest quality synthetic materials with a cotton gauze and a diamond wire mesh pattern on the outside, some superior filtration capabilities, keeping out everything you don't want like dirt and dust, but pulling in cold air to kind of give you that engine performance that you need and expect out of this. Now this entire kit here is going to be running under the $400 mark, which is a great price for anyone looking to stick with a budget-friendly cold air intake that does not require a tune. Now, if you were looking to kind of increase those gains, you would definitely want to pick up a custom tune on the side, but that's going to be left for another list of mine coming in the future. On top of that, the air filter is washable and reusable, so when it comes time for routine maintenance, or if it just gets a little dirty, pop it out, wash it, re-oil it, and throw it right back in. It's as simple as that. The installation for the entire kit is pretty simple as well, just a couple of bolts and clamps, as well as hoses and plugs, and you're good to go. Overall, extremely simple stuff and exactly why we want it on our top 5 list. So to round out our list here, of course I had to pick up an exhaust mod for the truck, which is actually kind of tough to pick one under the $500 limit, but we did manage to pick one up. This is the MBRP Installer Series 3-inch catback exhaust with the split rear exit design as you see here. To do it any justice, we had to get the truck on the lift. Now this is going to help with a small bump in horsepower and torque, but more importantly, it's going to be a huge sound upgrade over the stock catback. So let's take a listen to those sound clips. As you just heard from our clips, this isn't going to be the loudest exhaust available, but it is going to give you a noticeable change. It's a little bit more aggressive at idle, and it's definitely going to bark at wide open throttle with little to no drone inside the truck on the highway at those speeds. Now this one is going to be made from an aluminized steel, so it's not the highest quality option on the market. When you're sticking to the budget, this is going to be one of the ones that fit under the $500 limit. Now MBRP does offer more premier options like the Pro Series with 304 stainless steel builds, which is going to be more suitable for the guys out there in wintry weather areas seeing a lot of road salt, as it will be a little more corrosion and rust resistant. This aluminized steel is going to be sort of the entry-level option here to keep the budget-friendly levels down, but it's a great option for guys just looking for a sound change. To top that off, it does have dual 3-inch stainless steel tips coming out the rear, as you can see here with that split rear exit design. MBRP does offer a couple of different exit styles, but this one's going to be my favorite for the more American muscle styling. Now because of the aluminized steel construction, the price does stay under the $500 limit, right around $460, so it's perfect for our list here. Well guys, that wraps up my top 5 starter mods under $500 for the 2014 and newer Silverado. We wrapped into one nice little package: power, styling, appearance, functionality, performance, kind of a very well-rounded starting build. Now, if you guys are looking for inspiration to start your own build, I hope this video helped out in any way. Now, before we get going, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date on all things Silverado and Sierra and for more cool videos, and keep it locked right here at AmericanTrucks.com.